Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And welcome to the second question and answer video that I'm doing on my channel, Ask Stephen Mango Anything, where you hashtag Ask Stephen Mango on Twitter and you tag me at Stephen Mango, and when I have enough questions, I'll do question and answer videos for you. I had a really successful video called Sex with Scientology Celebrities in My $5,000 T-shirt, where I did a question and answer with you guys, and I've been getting so many requests to do another one, and you guys have had so many questions for me, so I wanted to take the time out and give you guys a video with some question and answers, updates, and some more fun stories and stuff. So here we go. I have the questions here on my phone. Okay, so this question is so ridiculous. I've gotten this like a couple times. You only joined Scientology so you could leave to become famous. Now, come on guys, really? You know that if you mention the word Scientology to people, you get looked at like you have 7 heads. People will laugh in your face if you mention Scientology, or if you say you were affiliated with Scientology, people think you're crazy and you're weird. So why would that benefit me as an actor, or as a hairdresser, or just me as a person? Why would it benefit me to be an ex-Scientologist? Scientology is not cool at all. It has such a bad name. And why would I join something and devote 4 years of my life and $50,000? Why would I devote so much attention if I was just going to leave the church anyways? Why would I be going up the bridge? Why would I be doing any of that if my intention was just to leave? And if it was just to try to get famous, why wouldn't I just make viral videos on YouTube? Why wouldn't I have just spent $50,000 on great acting classes or workshops or headshots or marketing materials or any number of things or ways that I can get started in the entertainment industry? Why wouldn't I have just done that? Why would I have used Scientology to try to get ahead? Yes, I joined Scientology in the beginning because they were offering me help with my acting career, and I was taking acting workshops and stuff, but that was in the first week or two. Then it instantly switched to me on the self-analysis course, Dianetics, and going up the bridge. So I really didn't have this ulterior motive to use Scientology to get famous. It would be nice if I was in a couple training videos or something and I was able to perform in the Dianetics video or something. I don't know, I would have been happy to do that when I was a member, because I believed in promoting Scientology. It was never meant as a way to promote myself for my own interest or any of that sort of stuff. Mentioning Scientology is mud. Even just me being on YouTube is a joke. I went to meet with a talent manager the other day, and I was mentioning oh, I make YouTube videos and stuff, because I do have another second channel, which I will link down below. And I mentioned that, and they just kind of look at you like you're crazy, or oh, I did a couple reality shows, and they look at you like you're a nutcase. So it's really, if anything, this is hurting my image, this is hurting my career, this is hurting my hairdressing, this is hurting my family and friendships and other things. So this is actually helping you guys and others who leave or want to know more about Scientology, but for the most part, using the name or the word Scientology isn't a way to get famous. Let's be real. How come you didn't Google Scientology before joining? I have a lot of trust. I thought of it as a religious group, and I saw this ad in Backstage newspaper, how to break into the entertainment industry. So I wanted to learn how to break into the entertainment industry. And remember, I'm 18 years old. I'm not in my 20s. My reasoning and critical thinking skills are not as developed when I'm 18 versus when I'm 25 or 26 years old. It's a completely different situation from back then. So I was very technical, with computers. I knew I could just type in Google and find a wealth of information, but I think I just purposely didn't want to know. I don't know. I like to see things for myself. So if I go there and people are friendly and it seemed like they had good courses and that sort of thing, I just took the blind trust, which I now know that's not a good way to do things, but I had blind trust in Scientology. So clearly it didn't work out for me. So it's not a good thing just to trust blindly people. You have to do your research. Didn't anyone tell you Scientology was a cult when you were involved? Really, I kept a lot of the details on what I was doing in Scientology private from friends and family members and that sort of thing, because I knew it had some form of a stigma. If you say Scientology, I knew that it was considered an outcast sort of thing. So yeah, if family or friends or anyone was oh yeah, it's a cult, I would just be ha ha ha, I didn't want to know anything, or I would just instantly start trying to handle them. Scientology is one of the fastest growing religions in the country. We have 10 million members. We do all this to get people off of drugs, and for the literacy rates, we go into Compton and different places to try to educate children that aren't being educated by our school system and getting people off of drugs. So I always had like a public relation answer, so people knew not to push me because I would disconnect from them. What was one of the most scary experiences you encountered when you were in? There's a lot. In terms of like services, like Scientology services, I made a video about my purification program and how I had heat stroke and how I almost died when I was on the purification program. So in terms of services, that was probably considered one of the most scary experiences. Of course, when I was locked in rooms for several hours a day, being pushed up against walls, being spit on, being called a faggot, all these sort of things when I wasn't sure. You know, it's scary when, you know, you found out that there's a credit card in your name that had $5,000 charged by your church, and you know you can't dispute it because then your church is going to say that, you know, you're going against them, and there's all of that sort of like emotional sort of stuff going on. But in terms of when I was scared for my life, like literally scared for my life, was when I was on the purification rundown. What good things, if any, are taught in Scientology? I think in the early stages, when you're learning how to communicate on the training routines, I know that they're hypnosis. I know that it's not necessarily something that I'd recommend that you go try right now with your friends, but I think I had some benefits on that, and that kind of helped rope me into Scientology. I had, what else? It was beneficial. A lot of the communication stuff, primarily for me. Like some of the $50 courses were helpful in the beginning, but those couple things that were beneficial aren't worth all the years of pain and everything else that's, you know, goes on as a result of being a member of the Church of Scientology. Was L. Ron Hubbard a madman or a messiah? There was a book about that. I think L. Ron Hubbard was a genius. And not in the genius in the way that you're thinking. I think he was very smart and intelligent to be able to devise such a cultic group that went to amass millions of dollars of real estate and thousands of people's time and energy, and devising such a system where there's always like an answer for everything, and everything's justified, and like how they explain the mind, and you know, the bridge to total freedom, and just the Sea Organization, just how they have this whole entire system like all planned out. And it's genius, but in a mad way. I guess that's the best way to put it. Because think of it, like if right now I decided like I want to have a cult and I came up with my own group, it's not going to be easy for me to amass $3 billion. It's not going to be easy for me to just have churches all over the world. And think of that's what L. Ron Hubbard did. And I know it's parishioner funded, blah, 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 but just to get people to be so deeply hooked in and invested, to be able to get to the point where they're willing to do that, just think about that. That's very powerful. That's not something that should be taken lightly. Did you ever meet Tom Cruise in Scientology? Okay. People ask me this all the time as if I was just sitting in the course room with Tom Cruise or John Travolta or something. Yes, I was around them at the Celebrity Center Gala, and maybe on a couple other occasions, like around the famous Scientologists that we hear of, the Erica Christensen, Jenna Elfman, Bodhi Elfman, like those sort of people. Like I was around in social circumstances, but I never like talked to Tom Cruise or anything like that. But Kirstie Alley did block me on Twitter. Fuck Kirstie Alley, she's a bitch. And I'm saying that not just because she blocked me, but I know a lot of people who've had personal experiences with Kirstie Alley, and she's a nutcase, so maybe that's another story time video. If you want me to invite some of those people onto my channel, give a thumbs up and I'll give you stories about some of the Scientology celebrities. Do you have any upcoming TV appearances exposing the cult? Yes. I am on the TV show Storage Wars, which will be airing, I think around, it was either May 6th, May 10th or May 12th. There was somewhere like in that range. I forget, like the producers did message me, and I'm going to make a storytime video about that and update you guys when it's closer. I'm debunking the Scientology e-meter and I appraise it, and a couple other little fun moments happened on the show. So you guys can look out for that. Make sure you add me on Twitter at Stephen Mango. You can follow me on my Facebook fan page, and just subscribe to my channel and I'll give you guys some more updates on my TV appearances. And I have something else maybe in the works, but I can't talk about it right now. Are you friends with any other ex-Scientologists? Yeah, I'm friends with a lot of different members. Karen De La Carriere, Tori Chrisman, Spanky Taylor. There were so many, Derek Block. I don't know, like there was like so many different ex-members that I do know. I go to like the SP parties that are held every couple weeks. I do make appearances once in a while, not every like couple weeks I go, but like once or twice a year I do show up to some of the ex-Scientology parties, and I think it's good because you don't feel like you're alone, like you feel supported by others who have been there, done that, and understand like what you've really have gone through. So I do know a lot of ex-members. There are a lot of ex-members that are assholes, and I maybe should call some of them out, but I probably won't because I don't want to give anyone any attention. But there are people that are just lunatics, and you just realize why the Church of Scientology wants nothing to do with those people. And I'm looking at you. When will your book be released about Scientology? This is the thing with the book. I was writing the book on my iMac. My iMac broke, and like most of my book is locked up on the iMac. I do have a donation, like if anyone has any, you know, spare cash lying around and want to help me with getting my book released and my computer fixed and that sort of thing. I do have a You Caring link down in the description box below, and it also helps support my YouTube channel so I can continue to make videos and edit them and that sort of thing. But I do have, and publishing costs, because I'm going to self-publish the book, so I have publishing costs, and I'm broke right now. So if anyone does want to help me, I would really appreciate any donations. No pressure, this isn't Scientology, but if anyone does want to help me, if I've helped you in some way and you want to donate towards my channel, the link is down in the description box below. But yeah, so my book was locked up and the computer is broken, so now I'm writing it on my husband's computer, like our other computer, and I'm making headway with it, but it's just like, it's just so daunting to like write all these like stories out and all these things that happened to me. But I do talk about my Scientology movie. I talk about my appearance that's coming up on Storage Wars. I talk about the Celebrity Center, Scientology celebrities, my experiences and stuff. So I'm really working on getting that book together. I just hate sitting down and having to write all the time. It's just so boring. I'd rather come on camera and make a video. But I do think a book would be great in terms of exposing Scientology to a different audience. Like I do have my blog now as well, mangotology.com. So I am working on trying to, you know, continue to blog and write and reach other people who don't necessarily come to watch a YouTube video. So hopefully once I have the publishing costs and finish writing this book in the next couple months, but we'll see. I've been talking about doing my book for a while now, but I do want to like focus on it this year. What is your favorite Britney Spears song? This is so random, but everyone asks me because Britney did save me from Scientology in a way. If you watch my main video, I talk about how in Sea Org recruitment cycles they mentioned like Britney Spears was like the sexual deviant and pervert, and they played her music video for me in like a Sea Org recruitment session. But I love Britney so much, and I've met Britney, and I'm obsessed with her. So if you talk shit about Britney, then I'm automatically going to discredit anything you say, because Britney's like the queen of pop. So just know that. And yeah, so that Britney kind of saved me from the Sea Org in a weird way. But like of her recent album, I like Slumber Party. I think that's such a fun song. We got them candles hanging from the ceiling. Oh, we use our bodies to make our own videos. And as of like her, just Britney in general, either Breathe on Me or Touch of My Hand. But I think Touch of My Hand is my favorite song. I'm trying to decide between the two. Yeah, I think Touch of My Hand is my favorite song. Why was your husband so grumpy in your vlog with Lauren? Lauren and I did a vlog going to the premiere of my Scientology movie at the ArcLight Theater. And Jeff was taking us. He had a long day after working. He gets home, he has to instantly go out like to the movie. So like he's tired, he's already been in traffic, whatever. And you know, no one wants a camera pointed in their face unless they like being on camera. Not everyone in the world wants to be on camera and have a camera pointed in their face during 24/7 wherever they go. You know, you come home from work and then you have someone pointing a camera in your face. Like, no one wants that, you know? So he's not mean to me. He doesn't abuse me or something like that. It's just he didn't want to be on camera that day. And people are always like, oh, why is Jeff in such a bad mood? He's not. Like, he just doesn't want to be on camera half the time. I have to pull him to get on camera a lot, and he doesn't really like to, but he doesn't like YouTube as much as I do. And last question. Do you still receive Scientology auditing, and what are your thoughts on indie Scientology? I've been working on making a video about this, because a lot of people think like I'm sympathizing for Ron Hubbard or Scientology in my video about like my main documentary, where I talk and I say, well, maybe if there weren't like the bad parts of Scientology, maybe it could be a real religion if they didn't have the toxic abusive policies and it wasn't headed by David Miscavige now and blah blah blah. But that's me coming right out of Scientology. I don't still believe that. If Scientology was to reform one day, I'm not going to go back to Scientology or something like that. If it's even possible, which I don't think it's possible to reform the Church of Scientology. But no, I don't receive Scientology auditing or counseling or anything like that. I think that, yeah, there may be someone out there who's like honest and has good integrity and maybe using auditing to help people, but it's all under the principles of Ron Hubbard. So you can't really do Scientology without like the bad parts of it. You know what I mean? Like, that's still Scientology of what Ron Hubbard said about gays and said about, you know, disconnection and fair gaming and all of that sort of stuff. So some people try to pick and choose what works for them, what doesn't. There are some things that I think that are helpful that I may subtly, unconsciously apply in my daily life, maybe. I don't know. Like, my life is crap right now. Like, I've been going through such a hard time and I've been depressed, and I made a video about my suicide attempt that's on my channel and things like that. So I've just been going through like a really tough time. So and I've been broke and I'm trying to pick myself back up again. My career is sucking right now. I've been on workers' comp because I have carpal tunnel on my wrist. And oh yeah, like someone else like on my channel the other day was saying like, oh, like how do you get carpal tunnel? Like that's after like a long time and blah blah blah. Like I know, like I have the paperwork. I have a repetitive stress injury in both of my wrists from the constant motion of going like this, blow drying at dry bar. At the salon, or I do work at a salon called Dry Bar in Beverly Hills, and this is the motion you do. Back to back blow dry. No cutting, no color, it's just this. Like putting on the brush and pulling 8 hours a day. When you have that constant motion for months and months and months and year after year, you're going to develop, you know, carpal tunnel. It's just inevitable if that's what you're doing. We're not robots. Our bodies aren't built to be doing that sort of motion over and over and over again. So I've just been kind of sad lately, and that's why I'm happy at my YouTube channel and I get to talk to you guys and let it all out. But this video is not really about that. I have other videos on my channel and my other channel linked down below if you guys are interested in hearing some of my personal stories of what I'm going through. But that's all I'm going to really mention about it for now. Thanks so much for all of your questions, guys. I love doing these sort of videos and being able to answer questions and interacting with you guys. I may do a live stream on my YouTube channel. If you guys are interested in that, maybe let me know down below if you guys would actually watch that. But hashtag Ask Stephen Mango, and then do the @ at Stephen Mango, and I'll start collecting your questions, and maybe we'll be answering one of your questions one day. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and make sure you click the subscribe button down below and click the little bell, and that's going to give you a notification via email when I post a new video. But either way, just subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching.